testing more and more and more of them. So I said, let me try this and see what I can do with it. But as I'm going along the way, I started liking it. Although it's a little bit challenging to me because I'm just new to it. But I think I'm getting it somehow. There are some places that I'm confused, but thank God it's still moving on.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Eva. All right, so next up is Azza. I don't know if I'm getting that pronunciation right. Okay, she says she may need a headphone. All right. So Dario, you have introduced yourself before, but if you can introduce yourself in the beat, maybe the next 1 minute before we start off. So Dario, introduction of yourself for those that have not met you before.
I'm sorry, you want me to introduce myself?
Yeah, some persons here might not have met you, so that's why I'm asking you to do it again.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Shadrach. Yeah.
All right, I said some persons here have not met you before. That's why I'm asking you to introduce yourself again.
To introduce myself?
Again, yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, well, I'm from Cape Verde. I attended university in Brazil. I have a degree in computer science. And I'm really passionate about Java. I'm currently working as a Java developer, but this course helps me build my skills and have solid foundations and get to the next level. So I'm really looking forward to complete it. Yes. I can't hear anyone. Is everyone on mute?
All right, thank you very much, Dario. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so I'll allow Mary and Kola, who happen to be the other student advocates, to come up after the technical season. So at this point, we're going to hand it over to Peter for the season. So Peter, are you ready?
Hey guys, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I think I'm ready.
All right,
so let me just do a bit of my test.
All right, the stage is yours now. I'm going to mute my speaker so that I take over.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, just 1 minute. Let me get my slides ready. Okay. So yeah. Okay, I think I have a slight challenge from being able to share my screen. Can you help to confirm that, Shadrach?
I'm not seeing your screen, actually.
Yes, so I'm experiencing a challenge seeing unable to share screen. I've been disabled. Can you help to?
Okay, is it part of the setting?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, so can you assist with that?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my God. All right, can you try it now?
Let me try again. Let me try again to see if it's working fine.
Because everything is actually set here.
Yeah, saying host disabled participant screen sharing. That's the feedback I'm getting. Host disabled participant screen sharing. So I also managed to just.
Okay, sure, sharing options. All right. Wow. It's actually activated. Set.
I'm trying to let me exhaust my options I have here.
All right. So I activated everything here, so I don't know why it's not showing your side.
Oh wow. So what could be the issue when you get the error message, host disabled participant screen sharing? So I don't think I mean, usually very straightforward. This is the first I'm getting like this.
Okay. So does anybody have a recommendation for that, please? Hello, can you unmute? Does anybody know the remedy to that?
What's the problem?
Yeah, he's not able to.
Yeah, I'm getting a error message, host disabled participant screen sharing.
Let me see. Maybe Google would know. Let me see. Try to Google it. I don't like
Right.
Zoom. Always has problems. Like I don't really use it that much, but every time I'm in these, they always have problems. What's the exact message? I'm sorry. It's hard for me to hear this, so I haven't been saying anything.
Yeah, so let's see, how else can we try to improvise since we can't do screen sharing? Just thinking.
Screen sharing.
Or could I?
It says you could adjust the Zoom settings. Let's see.
I think the issue should be from Zoom because
Yeah.
everything should be fine from my end. Everything is fine from my end.
It says to exit the Zoom call. See if this okay. Ended.
So probably we need to leave and come back.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me try leaving and come. Okay, let me try.
Okay.
All right, so we can try that.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me try it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm getting the same error.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Is there a way?
Hello, Shadrach.
Yes.
Hello, Shadrach.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you make him as a co-host?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, make him as a co-host. So I think you should be able to share his screen.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Sincere apologies for all of this. Sorry about the technical challenge. Sorry, guys.
Okay. My God. Hello,
It also
Kalam. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, Shadrach. Yeah.
So I'm actually trying making someone who calls before, so I need someone to put me through on that.
Okay.
And it also says to make sure that you enable the remote control of all applications. They try to make sure that that tab is checked.
Yeah, I actually checked all tabs there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Hello, caller, can you hear me?
Hello, yeah, I can hear you, Shadrach.
Yeah, so I'm saying I've not made someone a co-host before through Zoom, so I don't know if someone can put me through. I can make
So what are
it.
the options you have? What are the options you have currently? Like, I think you need to go to your settings.
Okay,
Then
let me go. Wait, I'm on my settings right now, okay?
okay, so just tell me what are the options you have there?
Yeah, I have video,
Uh,
audio, share screen, charts.
Hello, Sonny.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you click on the participant and there will be
Okay.
a control at the bottom of the Zoom window.
Okay, participants.
So that's where you make the person the co-host. Are you getting that?
I'm actually seeing only invites here. Yeah, it's only invites. So. Okay. Yeah, I'm on. Hello, Kala. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I've seen the participants. I can see hosts, and there is more, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so the more has only edit profile and rename.
Okay, what about the host?
Yeah, it's not clickable.
Can you click?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not clickable. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. Sorry for the truthful stuff.
Okay, maybe I should. I was thinking, could I just commence with an audio lecture? Probably when we get to resolve the screen sharing, we could just.
All right, yeah, you can start that.
Is that fine? All right, guys. Sorry about the slight challenge we're having with my screen sharing, but of course, I mean, since it's Java programming, so it's a language I believe we all speak or we all intend to speak together. So, I mean, as programmers, we might face challenges like this, but it's beckon is on us for us to find ways to solve our problem. So now that we have a slight challenge with screen sharing, I'll just try to go through with the slides I have. Then we probably would use our Udacity class as a content. Then I'll try to, see that we're on the same page while I, since we all have our Udacity, so maybe that will be a guide for us while I go through them with the slide I have. I don't know if that works. I'll need a confirmation from everybody if that works.
That should work.
Okay, so yeah, I need more confirmation.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, Mary, please go ahead. Mary, you have the floor.
That will work. That will work.
Okay, you can try sharing your screen now.
Oh, there.
Hello.
Hello, can you see, Shadrach, can you see this, what I shared?
Yeah, I saw it. So I think it's activated.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's activated now. So Peter, you can share your screen now.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Yeah. You can share your screen.
Okay, just hold on. Let me just a minute. Okay.
So I think it was under security, just in case someone wants to do it next time. I think I did not activate it on security.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
All right.
So finally, yeah. So guys, yeah. So what we'll be looking at today, we'll be looking at Java OOP. So that's OOP basically just refers to Java object-oriented programming. So of course, we will realize that Java is actually one of the most preferred programming language when it comes to enterprise application. When it comes to building web pages. I mean, this doesn't come as a surprise because, I mean, obviously Java is preferred over other languages because of some features that Java has. One of such features is the fact that Java is actually portable. Java is a language that actually gives you scalability. I don't know if we're on the same place. Yeah, so the Java gives you scalability, Java gives you good performance, and also multi-threading. Multi-threading is one of the advantages you derive when you use Java programming language. Java gives you portability. I mean, the WORA stands for write once and you can read anywhere. So it means that when you get to use Java programming languages, it means that you have the benefits of, enjoying all of these features. So that's why, Java is one of the most preferred when it comes to enterprise programming language for enterprise applications. And of course, that's not to say that there are no other languages. There are other languages. You could also use languages like Python. I mean, Python is also a very respected language. You could also use your C#, So, but based on these factors, most developers and most projects, there's always a preference for Java. Yeah, so that being said, like I said, object-oriented programming. So when you see Java OOP, it just means you're referring to object-oriented programming. So also the OOP concept can be categorized to 4 different categories. So you have your composition, you have your encapsulation, you have your inheritance, and polymorphism. Now, when we talk about inheritance, please pardon my slides. I didn't really have a slide of a power issue, so I just had to quickly rush to get this prepared. So when it comes to inheritance, inheritance just simply means, from the name inheritance, it means that there's a relationship from a senior to a junior. You understand? So what you're trying to say is that, let's say from a father to a child, from a parent to a son, parent to child relationship, that's what inheritance simply means. So it means that it is also referred to as specialization. In Java, we say all classes in Java extend from a class object. So it means that even Java, for instance, has a default class called object. So it means that all classes must inherit from that class object. So that is a class by default. Now, when you use the keyword extend just simply means you are saying inherit from. I said earlier on that Java is actually a language that we all want to speak. So it means if you are trying to learn a language, one of the things you must, try to master or understand is each word, how to say good morning, how to say good afternoon, how to greet, how to communicate in that language. So it means that one of the communication we should be we should take note of is this keyword extend. So it means this keyword is trying to tell us that inherit from. So there's no way you mention inheritance without mastering or understanding what extends means. So keyword extend simply means that you're saying this class inherits from this class. So if I say, for instance, now class A extends class B, it simply means I'm just trying to say in Java terms that class A extends from class B. So in that case, now I want to show you to the house which of the classes would be the superclass in that scenario. If I say class A extends class B, so which class will become the superclass? Which class is going to be the subclass? Hello, guys. I just want to confirm that we're together. Hello, guys.
Yeah, we are together. Sorry, come again with the question.
Yeah, so I gave an instance. I said, if, for instance, now I'm saying that a class A extends to class B. So in that scenario now, which class is going to be the superclass and which class is going to be the subclass?
Okay, the subclass should be class A and the superclass should be B.
Okay, because we are saying that A is extending from B, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so does everybody agree with that? Does everyone agree? Okay.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
So we're on the same page. Okay,
Yes.
beautiful. Okay, beautiful. That means we're all on the same page. So I can continue now. Yeah, so we all agree that the keyword extends means inherit from. So now Java programming language actually supports a type of inheritance, which is known as a single inheritance. So it means that it is only in Java programming language, you can only extend a direct single superclass. Are we together? But that's not to say that in other programming languages, you have chances of extending for more than one superclass, as you have cases of multiple inheritance, for instance, in Python programming language. But because of our focus here today, which is Java programming language, so we should take note that our extends keyword can only be used for just one superclass. It can't be used for more than one superclass. And also, another thing we should take note of is the fact that in inheritance, we refer to inheritance with a is-a relationship. So when you say is-a, it means that you are saying something is a form of another thing. You can say, for instance, you can say a goat is an animal. Of course, you cannot, it's not be right for you to say animal is a goat, but you can say a goat is an animal, right? So that tells us also that the relationship, when it comes to our inheritance relationship, the relationship is usually from the superclass, from the subclass to the superclass, and not vice versa. It means the relationship is always from the subclass to the superclass, because you can say a car is a vehicle, but you can't say a vehicle is a car, because a car was designed from a vehicle. I don't know if that is clear. Can I proceed? Does everybody agree with me on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay, fine. So there's also something I want us to take note of. When it comes to inheritance, which is an easy relationship, it differs from composition. Now, composition is a as-a relationship. So you can say a car is a vehicle, but we do not say a vehicle is a car. No. Now, the difference between, let me just state the difference. The difference between a inheritance and a composition is the fact that when it comes to composition, you are just saying that this thing has a reference to this other one. Okay, let's say using a car as our case study here, you agree with me that a car has a wheel, that's a car vehicle. You can see that the car has a driving wheel. So it means that that driving wheel is a component of that car and is used to steer the car. That same car also has a tire. So it means that a tire is a component of that car and is used to ensure that acceleration continues. It means that the car has a door. So all of this is as a relationship. When you say a class has something, there is not a direct inheritance relationship. It means that that thing is composed of that class, meaning that it has a reference, it has an access to make use of that. We'll see that in our coding example pretty soon. I also want us to establish, the theoretical knowledge before we go into coding. So quickly, I'll move to the next slide.
Hello, sorry, Peter, sorry to interrupt.
Yes, please.
All right, based on Zoom limitation, we're supposed to finish by 5:40. So I don't know if you can do that quickly so that we could ask questions after you're done. Hello.
Okay, if I could what? Come again, please.
I'm saying you can hasten it up because the meeting is going to end by 5:40 based on Zoom limitations.
Okay, fine. So I'll try to fast.
Yeah, maybe in the next 6 minutes, person also that will ask questions when you're done.
Okay, fine. That's fine. That works for me. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for the feedback. So please, a superclass now differs from a subclass for the following reasons. Now we could say a superclass is more general, but a subclass is more specific. Because of course, when you say a superclass, you're referring to, let's say, a parent. In a family structure, you're referring to a parent. So it means that every child would actually have a certain feature of the father. But it means that for me, I can decide to personalize some features myself. For instance, my family name, I could bear Peter Ideology, while my siblings could bear a certain name specific to their personalized name, but we all share the same family name. So the family name here is a superclass, which is general, while the subclass here refers to my own name, which is more specific, right? So it means that our superclass are general, while our subclass are specific. Now, also, what we should understand is that every subclass is an object. Every subclass object is an object of its superclass. So it means that one superclass can have many subclasses, of course, because one parent can also have many children, right? Yeah, so next I want us to also consider is our superclass and subclass. What is the concept built on? It means that our concept of creating a subclass from a superclass helps us to promote good software engineering practice, which is code reusability. So it means that instead of having to, create all the features in each of our subclasses, we could just create the common relationship in our superclass. Then we just extend that relationship when we're trying to code. So I mean, it makes our code less. It gives us less chances of error, because most of those variables you have needed to declare, most of those methods you have needed to declare, all you just need to do is to override them in your subclass. All you just need to do is to extend them, and it saves you a lot of stress of having to write your codes all over again. Yes, quickly. So continuation of a subclass, you said a subclass can customize methods that it inherits from superclass. So it means that an override keyword is what helps us to achieve this. When you want to, override the method of your superclass, you need to use the override keyword. It's very, very important. Then again, we should also understand that our access modifiers plays a key role in this aspect. Because when you're using a public access modifier, it means that everybody has an access to that instant variable. If you use a public instant variable for your superclass, it means all the classes, everyone has an access to that. But when you use a protected instant variable, protected access modifier for your instant variable, it then means that only the classes within that package would have access, to that instant variable. But one of the best practices in software engineering is the use of private access modifier. Using a private access modifier means that you're actually limiting the access to that instant variable. That's when your superclass has a private access modifier, because what this helps to achieve, it helps to achieve the concept of information hiding. So it means that one of the good programming concepts is information hiding. So not everybody needs to have access to some, instant variable, some details of your superclass. Take, for example, let's say you're using a banking application. You could have some information that are very personal, private. Let's say the account balance or your password. So that's where your private, private access modifier comes into play. So you could use a private. So you could actually get to save all of these details. Yeah. So also, I want to also state that we should also consider the fact that when we're declaring our superclass and our subclasses, I think I've stated this before. Okay, yes, so I just wanted to also highlight here that constructors and static methods are not inherited. So it means that when you want to use a superclass, a subclass, a constructor in a subclass, you need to declare the first thing you need to do is to declare your superclass constructor using the super keyword. Yeah, so all of this will be shown in our coding. I don't want to take too much time. I believe, yes, I believe, okay, let me just look at the benefits of inheritance. So yeah, so what inheritance achieve is any changes made to our superclass are inherited by our subclasses. So there is no need to make individual changes in all subclasses. So it thereby reduces, the rates of and chances of errors. So also when you find out that in certain classes that are related, what you need to do is that you try to factor in the relationship, the common similarities, and put them into the instant variables and the methods of your superclass. Yeah, so that's one of the advantages, and the approach you go where you want to make use of inheritance. And also, we also said declaring a subclass does not affect the superclass source code. So it means that when you now decide to be more specific in your superclass, in your subclass method, it means that your superclass is not affected in any way. So inheritance helps to preserve the integrity of the superclass. Yes, so yes, I would have loved to touch on the concept of polymorphism a little. I don't know if anybody has any questions so far on inheritance. So I just want to leave the floor open to anybody that might have any question on inheritance, or if I could just go on with polymorphism.
Hello, Peter.
Yes, please.
Do you have any code source you want to see, treat so far? Maybe
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So let me just quickly share my IntelliJ. Yes. Okay.
So I think it's advisable you treat the code of what you just said now, so that we could know we can do the code stuff. We tag the technical.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now. Okay, now, so I had some few examples right here. So let's say I'll be using something of this nature, commission employee. Yes, so I just want to use this as an instance. So let's say quickly, I'll be using this as a case study. Now, here's an employee that was employed in a company. Now, what it means is that this employee right here had his name. Because of time, I would have wanted to code all of this all over from scratch. But because of time, I don't know if I have the luxury of time to do that. So, but quickly, I just want to run us through this code. So it means that our employee here has an instant variable, which is his name, a first name, a last name, and a social security number.
We can't, hello, Peter, we can't see that. Are you sharing the screen?
Yes, I just did. I just shared my screen. Okay, let me do that again.
I don't know if it's, yeah, of course, yeah, it's visible now.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so I said I was going to use this as to buttress the points. And I wanted to code this from scratch, but I don't know because of the luxury, because of the time available. So I probably would just try to explain what what I did right here. I don't know if that's fine.
Yeah, sure, it's okay. Very much okay.
Okay, so fine. So yes, we'll be using this employee as a case study to buttress our points. So of course, this employee right here just got offered a position at the company. So we're trying to save our employees' details into our database, for instance. So the first thing we want to know is that I want to understand that okay, this employee has a first name, he has a last name, and he has a social security number. So first of all, we start by doing this. Okay, quickly. Let me just, we'll start by doing this. We would, of course, use our private access modifier. Now we're using our private access modifier here because we want to encapsulate the details from every other user, like let's say the client side. We don't want anybody to be able to view these details. So we're actually using a private access modifier. Then we're using a final keyword here because we want to ensure that this doesn't change. So this means that this is a constant, this name is going to be unchanged. So if you any attempt to change this name, it's going to throw an error. Yes, so we're going to use our string data type because since it's a string, first name, yeah, so we'll do the same thing for the last name. Yeah, so then we do the same thing for our social security number. Yeah, so we're good. So it means that the next thing I'll be doing right here is to generate my constructor. That's what I did right here. So it means that a constructor is not really a method. Yeah, so what it means is that a constructor does not have a return type. You just use the access modifier public and the name of the class. So the constructor must have the same name with your class name. So we have our employee as our class here, and we're having our constructor as employee. So I actually auto-generated this using this, right click, and you come here, you see auto-generate. You could always use this shortcut with your IntelliJ. You just click on this and you auto-generate all these values we have here. So I auto-generated my constructor and I got my instant variables here, which is my first name, last name, and social security number. Yeah, so now this is another concept in Java. It's just what we're trying to do here is to ensure that we are assigning the values in our these are our local variables, which is the first name, last name, and social security numbers, to our global variables here, which is our instant variables. So this is our global variables, while these are our instant variables. So we're just trying to assign that this value we have here is equal, that it's assigned to this. This dot this is referring to the global variables. And we're saying, okay, this is assigned to our local variables here. That's what we're doing here. Then also we're going to be using our getter methods. So to do this, our getter method is going to be taking public access modifier. Remember we used our private access modifier for our instant variables. We're trying to hide the details here. But what we're trying to see here is that this method will allow anyone else to access these instant variables. But we could actually decide to put some conditions here, which I did not do right now, but we could actually just decide to put some conditions here before these methods will be released to them. So all of this is what we call encapsulation, the use of private key access modifiers and use of setting and getting is what we call encapsulation. So we're trying to, ensure that our program is not just open to anybody out there. It means that we've been able to hide some details. We're able to encapsulate. From the name encapsulate, like when you are trying to like a capsule, you're trying to encapsulate something to put it into hiding. Yeah, so that's the concept of encapsulation. Yeah, so basically we're using the public access modifier here to return the first name, to return our last name, to return our social security number. And of course, something I want us to take note of here is the fact that this is an abstract class. So you can see that we're declaring an abstract key. We're using our abstract keyword here. So it means that this class is an abstract class. And one of the features of an abstract class is that there must be an abstract method. So one of our abstract methods are methods that are not implemented. What we mean by implementation is that method is given a particular a task to do, and it gets to have to implement something. Now you can see that there's a difference between this method, public abstract double get payment, and this one. So this one is actually returning a value, while this method is actually it's not doing anything. There's no implementation details. But if I do something like this now, for instance, if I decide to use this and I decide to return a value here, let's say I'm returning payments. I'm returning payments, for instance. I'm just giving an example. Oh, I've not declared this somewhere. Okay, I've not declared this somewhere, so it's going to give me it's going to give me a red, an error. So if I was to do something like this, it means that I'd have declared a payment method right here in the global instant variable. So if I should do this, I have to take away the abstract. I don't know if we're following. I have to take away the abstract keyword. It means that this method ceases to be an abstract method. It becomes a concrete method because I'm actually implementing the method. But failure to implement this method means that the method is an abstract method. I just want us to take note of that. Yeah, so that is what makes this class abstract. It means there's actually an abstract method present in this class. So this is so we have another abstract method right here, public abstract double earning. So we have like two abstract methods here. So an abstract class is a class that has a minimum of one abstract method. Yeah, so that's one of the points I wanted us to establish. So yeah, so we also have other classes that are extending this employee class. Yeah, so we have the hourly employees. I mean, there are some employees in a company. Some are paid hourly, some are paid based on commission, some are paid, monthly. So now this design in particular, we're actually using based on their payments, to categorize them. So when it comes to hourly employee, it means that this employee, for instance, will be extending from our superclass employee. We're having our public class hourly employee extends employee. So it means that this keyword extends means that this hourly employee inherits from our employee superclass. Now, this hourly employee now is having its own separate instant variables. Now, these instant variables, we all agree that these instant variables were not present when we used our employee. We didn't have any of those instant variables because all we had here was just the first name, the last name, and the social security number. But when we come to our hourly employee, we were seeing that this employee now has wages and hours because this employee actually needs these details because that's how its own payment is being done. So it needs these details. So it means that this hourly employee is actually extending all the instant variables from our employee class, and it's now including its own, personalized instant variables. So it means that when a class gets to extend from a superclass, it can actually have access to the superclass instant variable and also include extra instant variables of its own, So yeah, so that's what's going on here. So we have our constructor, of course.
Hello,
Hello?
Peter. Hello, Peter. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
All right. So based on Zoom limitations, I don't know if it's possible if we could use the first slide since it covers most things on our OOP and people ask questions so that you need to explain it in the next, let's say, 5 minutes before the Zoom gets off. That is okay.
We should use the first slide. You mean you prefer we use the first slide?
No, I mean the first code base you used.
Okay, the employee. Okay, you mean the employee.
So because the time is actually gone, we're out of schedule. You can notice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I could actually continue by next weekend if that's fine by everybody.
Sure.
Since. Okay. So let's stick to the first slide. So we have our public abstract class. Yeah. So if anybody has a question on this, yeah. So please, it's open to.
So the floor is open. Please ask your questions. Next 5 minutes, and let's wrap it up. Thank you.
Okay, Peter, I have a question for you, please.
Okay, please. Yes, please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Good evening. Thank you.
Yeah. Why did you declare it abstract when you know that this thing you are not going to implement it? So I just want to know the purpose it served there.
Yeah. So now you know that.
Going to.
Yes, okay, now you know the beauty of using abstract or interface is that it gives you an opportunity, like abstract class are never meant to create objects. You understand? So what we're trying to see is that now, for instance, you want a common ground where even classes that are unrelated can actually extend, like let's say, for example, let's say I want to draw a relationship with unrelated classes. I just want a common ground where they could all draw from. So it means that I'm trying to create a common feature among them and putting it into the abstract class. So they actually have a common relationship, but they're not related directly. So, you know, most people confuse abstract classes with interfaces. Yeah, because interfaces gives you multiple inheritance. But for an abstract class, it means that you cannot get that benefit of multiple inheritance. So they work similarly, almost the same way. Yeah, so I decided to use an abstract class because I was trying to create a common relationship among all these employees, because all employees will need a first name, all employees will need a last name, and all employees will need a social security number. Yes, so that's why. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, I'm really talking about the abstract method that you use.
Okay, you mean this abstract method I'm using below?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay, now I get what you're saying. Okay, this one. Yes, so I was just trying to play around. I want to, because if you failure to, what's an abstract method do? What an abstract class does is that failure to have an abstract method, you're indirectly saying that that class is going to be a concrete class. You would, okay, let's see, for example, I'm taking out this abstract method, if I understand what you're saying very well. I'm taking out this abstract method, okay, for instance. So I took out all my abstract methods. What are we going to have now? You realize that I'm having an error. So yeah, so this guy is going out, for instance, right? Hello, are we together?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, so okay, now you see that what they are seeing here is that you commented out code line 3, and you're saying your line 28 was never being used. All right, so for instance, okay, wait, just give me some minutes. I need to see some things. Yes, I'm having an error in my I'm in an error in my hourly method. Are you seeing this now? This is my hourly class. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, now, so this hourly class is actually one of the classes that decides to implement the get payments method, the one I took out from the employee class. So what that means is that just because the method is abstract doesn't mean that a subclass cannot implement it to a concrete method. Okay, let me explain it this way. So an abstract class can have both abstract and concrete methods, right? I don't know if that's, are we together?
Yeah.
So an abstract class can have both abstract and concrete methods. So for that method to be abstract, another subclass can decide to use that abstract method. How would they do that? They will override it and implement it. You see that in our super class, it was not implemented, but right here, it's been implemented in our hourly employee because the hourly employee needs to calculate its earning. So because in our super class here, employee here, it's not been implemented. It's just an abstract class, an abstract method, sorry. But in our hourly employee here, the method has been implemented and it's a concrete method here. Is that an abstract class gives you an opportunity to have access to the method you want to make use of.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Peter. Oh, sorry. I
Yes.
just want to come in. Okay.
Okay, please. Yes, please come in.
You have been doing actually very great. Yeah. But we actually out of time. So what I'll do is I'll just want to know many people have questions. They'll just say the question, you need to take note of them. Maybe you answer in the group. Then by next week, we'll just give you the whole 40 minutes to continue from where you stopped. Is that okay by you?
Yeah, that's fine by me. I'm sorry if I was not able to go into details as I intended.
You did very well. Next week you continue. So what I'll do now is anybody that has questions should just wave. They'll ask their question. You take note of them, and please do try to respond in the Slack group. You understand?
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
So next week you just start from where you stopped, and then we continue. I hope that's okay.
Okay, that works for me. That works for me.
All right, so how many people have questions? Please, can you just unmute yourself and then let's see how many people we have. Eva, Aze, Dario, anybody? Hello?
Hello, I'm sorry, I got distracted
Hello?
here.
All right, so which one of you have a question? So that I'll just take note of them and he'll reply the questions on the group.
What was the question?
I said, any of you that have a question, you can just ask and he'll respond in the Slack group because our time is up.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We can ask it at the Slack.
Yeah, no, you can ask here so you can take notes of them and then the Slack group you respond. Or you can go to the Slack and continue. Which one do you guys prefer?
Okay.
All right, Aze, you have a question? Hello, Aze. All right, she can hear.
Hello?
Yeah, do you have a question?
Oh yeah. No, I was just gonna say that it's always like the challenging part for me right now is getting the difference between the abstract class and an interface.
Okay, all right. So Peter is going to take notes of that and he'll respond to you in the Slack group. And if you have more questions, he'll respond under the thread. All right.
Okay, I have two questions too.
All right.
One is, do you have a practical business example of when to use abstract class and abstract methods? Also, I would like a business example of when to use interface.
Okay, all right. So Peter, are you taking note of the questions?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. I am. Yes, please.
All right. So take note of this question from Dario and that's from Aze.
Yes.
All right. So
yes,
who else has a question? Eva, do you have a question? Hello, Eva. Hello. All right. Seems she's...
Sorry, I was on mute.
Okay.
Please, I want to find out when do we add final to our private?
Can you say the question
I
again?
don't understand it. When to use private,
okay,
and you put final to it, and when to leave it as private without adding final to it.
All right. So
thank you.
All right. Thank you. Peter, did you get your question also?
I had a question on final. Yes, please, I did.
All right, so please, you help us and respond in the Slack group so that we can continue from there because Zoom is actually going to go up anytime soon because we're not using a paid Zoom app here. Subscription is not paid. I hope you all understand that.
Yeah, no problem, sir.
All right.
No problem, sir. I understand.
Okay, so is that all with the question? Mary, do you have a question?
No, I don't have a question, but this was a
Alright.
nice meeting.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, Peter, thank you very much. Honestly, that was a massive fun. It was great. By next week, we hope to see you also. And it's going to be fully technical, no introduction, just stage for you. Is that okay, right?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. I think it's a great privilege. Looking forward to next week, and I'll try to respond to the questions immediately.
All right. Thank you everyone for coming. As ever, our student. So I'll just give to Mary now for Mary to cover, and then we're off for this. So Mary, what's your completing part?
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We had fun today and we learned. At least we learned this time. And thank you for joining again. Keep on interacting on the Slack channel so we can get to know each other and get to help each other. Yeah, I guess that's it. I hope to see you guys next week.
Yeah, good to see everyone also. All right, so Kola, can you just round it up for us?
Yeah, thank you so much for everybody for coming to today's session. And I really thank Peter. You have done a good job. I really enjoyed today's lecture. It has been awesome. So keep it up, guy. So see you next week.
All right, guys. I look forward to seeing everyone next week. Yeah.
All right. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
great
you,
work.
Peter. Thank you, everyone.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Peter.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
I record it, so post it on the Slack group. All right, so can we start leaving the meeting? Thank you.